Giants Live World Tour Final this Saturday in Glasgow. Unfortunately, it's the one Giants Live we can't be at this year. We're in Dubai right now, but we will be watching on the live stream. Let's get quickly into the athletes. So, pretty much exactly what they said. Originally, there's only been one change. Unfortunately, Trey Mitchell cannot get across. So we've got Gav Bilton, Adam Bishop, Maxime Boudreau, Mark Felix, Gabriel Pena, Evan Singleton, Luke Stoltman, Tom Stoltman, Kevin Ferris, and last week's Scotland's Strongest Man winner, Andy Black. Good solid lineup. It's a great lineup. I'm excited for this competition. I think I like the events as well. I mean, we've still got the axle deadlift. Do you want to go through the events? Yeah, okay, I'll go through. So we saw this last year at Europe's Strongest Man. We've got the nickel walking stones. How heavy are these stones, Lottie? Because you've done them. Yeah, so they're 138-39 kilos in one hand and 114 kilos in the other. I've done these a couple of times now. I went up to Scotland with Andy Black, and Andy is exceptionally good at this. Yes, as is Luke Stoltman, who was the previous world record holder. So they're like a smaller version of the Dinny stones, which means, unfortunately, they have to walk much further than anyone would be able to with the Dinnies. But Andy Black now holds the indoor and outdoor world record for this event. So yeah, so you know, the newbie has an event there. He's going to be feeling very confident about. There's some great athletes that will push him, but he's carried these further than guys like Mark Felix, you know, Luke Stoltman. Lots further as well, because you get one drop, don't you? They're allowed to put it down once, and then they have to pick it up and go again within 10 seconds, and then that's it. The next time they go down, they're done. And the weight doesn't sound that hard, like 114 kilos, 140 kilos. We're used to much heavier in terms of farmer's walk, but these handles, they're horrible little rings, and they just tear your hands apart. They feel disgusting. And then as you walk, you have no control because there's a ring attached to another ring. You just have these stones smashing into your legs and scraping your legs as you go along. It's a tough event, very, very new in terms of open level strongman. So it's going to be good to see what some of the international athletes are like. But Andy Black will be feeling good about this one. And I'm feeling good about Andy Black on this one. Next event then is the log lift for reps, and it looks like they're going for 150, so not the heaviest log that we see, but given where we're at in terms of the season of Strongman and how much these guys have competed, I think it's quite a nice weight, to be honest. We want to see some reps, don't we? Yeah, I think Luke Stoltman will be blasting a good amount of reps out with that. He looked very comfortable in Europe's until the heaviest weight that he kind of, I think it was a 207 or 205. Yeah. But the weights before that, I think he did 195 and 180. He made them look like toys. He did, yes, so very easy. His log's going to be feeling confident. There's no monster log lifters competing other than Luke. Maxime Boudreau is very good. Maxime is good. I'd expect Evan to do well. Kevin Ferris as well. And also Tom. Yeah, Tom's... I'm actually excited to see Tom back because Tom Stoltman competing in Scotland as the world's strongest man, and Luke, you know. This is the first major show we've seen in Scotland, so I think the Scottish fans are going to be well up for this. Oh, they're going to have a great time. And you know the Scottish athletes are going to want to perform. So then we've got the 360 kilo axle deadlift for reps. I've seen a few complaints online. People are a bit bored of this deadlift setup. I mean, there are two types. There's the wheels and then there's the globes, isn't there? But essentially This is the wheels, which is a little bit heavier than we saw at Europe. This is the same one we saw at the Royal Albert Hall. And we know how tough that is. Like, we didn't see a huge amount of reps for the win at the Royal Albert Hall. I can't remember. No, the globe, it's slightly easier. You tend to get a few more reps on, I'd expect. If he's feeling okay. You know, we saw him at Europe's. He's struggling after a lot of competitions this year. Obviously, Bish has gone pro as a strongman, and he's competing in show after show. I was surprised he's doing this show. I thought he'd kind of take this one off and focus on Britain's. He's had a couple of weeks now to recover. So he'd literally just come back from the Shore Classic. Yeah, the Colorado. So you know, I think Bish will be all right now. Hopefully, it is tough when you kind of when you tax your central nervous system that bad. It does take a while, but he's had probably 2 weeks now. I should imagine very light training, focusing on recovery. So hopefully Bish is back to his best. And then obviously, I mean, you said the deadlift. Oh, sorry, we've got the car walk. How can I forget the car walk?
I know. I was like, what are you talking about? So, the car walk, 450 kilos, one of your favourite events.
I think as well, there's no one here that you'd say is exceptional at it.
No.
So I think there could be quite a close battle. Guys like Luke Stoltman have got a lot better. He performed well at Europe Summit.
I would expect Evan to do well on this event. Evan's very good at moving.
Very good at moving. I don't know if he's done the car before.
I don't recall seeing him under a car.
But I know he's very good at the yoke.
Yeah, and there's that obvious carryover. As long as he can, and you know, Evan makes sure he gets there early, he makes sure he has time to test the equipment. Some people say that's not fair, but like,
everyone can go, Darren lets anyone go and train.
Exactly,
on the kit,
it's an open invitation to anyone. So
I think I'm actually looking forward to seeing Tom on this as well. Tom's really improved on these type of events.
Yeah.
And
these used to be a weakness for him, didn't they? But
absolutely, he's put a lot of work in.
Move of weight though.
I mean, he's just built to be a great strongman, isn't he? It doesn't matter what event you throw at him. But I think Tom could do well on this, and I actually think Andy Black, with that big monstrous size that he's got, he moves well.
Yeah.
And he's getting better at these type of events all the time. So
the final event, then, you guessed it, is the Atlas Stone. So they've used the smaller, lighter set of Atlas stones for every competition, just because of the amount of competitions the guys are having to do. That means the heaviest stone is 180 kilos, which I think is plenty heavy enough.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, maybe
it comes down to speed.
Yeah, so you've got Tom in the mix there. He, I think, still holds the world record with this set of stones.
Every set of stones.
Yeah, but then you've got a couple of great stone lifters in there. Maxime Boudreau.
Yeah,
it's very, very good. I think he's probably the only person who can really challenge Tom.
I don't think anyone can challenge Tom. He's so quick at every single stone.
Yeah.
But we've seen really fast times from Adam Bishop this year on the stones. We've seen fast times from Evan Singleton. Even Luke Stoltman, he can put in a good run on the stones. Sometimes you get more of a disparity when they get heavier.
Yeah.
You know, actually, looking through this lineup, they're all good stone lifters. I would expect every single one of these guys to finish this set.
Definitely.
It's just going to come down to speed. It's always an exciting finish. Stones is not my favourite way to finish a strongman event. I mean, you said people are complaining that we've seen deadlift a lot. I even just a natural set of stones or something like that, I'd love to see just some variety. I think Atlas stones are a fantastic event. I just get a bit bored of seeing it in every single show. Yeah,
it's funny as well because everyone says, yeah, but it's tradition, that's how they used to do it. But it isn't. It wasn't until like 10 years into World's Strongest Man that the stones, the McGlashan stones, became a more regular feature. But it's just sort of evolved.
Do you know what? I would love to see, as it's in Scotland, do some of the traditional Scottish stones that they have.
That would be great.
It's cool that they're doing the nickel stones.
Yeah.
But there's so many traditional, challenging stones up in Scotland. I think that would have been cool. But anyway, let's get on to our predictions. Who are you going for? Shall we do a top 5? People keep asking. They're saying we're copping out doing just top 3.
Yeah.
I think for this one, let's go for top 5.
Someone commented on them. I think it was the one for the Dubai show. Why don't you place all the athletes? I couldn't. I don't have the heart to do that.
It's impossible to place all the athletes.
Yeah, you'd have to sit there and go through each event, and we kind of go on feeling and what we know about the guys, and we want it to be a little bit more chill.
Also, if we went to that kind of degree, it almost becomes boring.
It takes the fun out of it a little bit, I think.
You can never know exactly where people are going. I mean, that's the fun thing with doing these predictions. We'll say what we think, but we're always happy if people prove us wrong. I mean, it's hard picking a top 5.
This is really hard. So I'm going to just run through mine quickly, but I feel like I'm going to upset people. Maybe not the athletes. I think the athletes are cool, but maybe some people watching. So my number 1 is going to be Luke Stoltman.
Ooh.
Yes, I think we know he's very good at nickel stones, log lift. Deadlift may cost him a few points. Actually, I don't know. Maybe not. Initially, a month or so ago, I said Evan. I thought these were really good events for Evan.
They are, yeah.
I don't know. All right, my top 5 in no particular order. All right, I'm going to stick with it. Luke first.
Yeah.
Evan second. Is where I think I cause an upset. Kevin third.
Ooh.
Tom fourth.
What?
I know, and it doesn't sound right even saying saying it out loud. I don't feel right saying this, but when I look at the events, and then Andy 5th?
Wow.
No. Sorry, Andy. I love you so much, but no. But I know Andy's got no. I don't know. I've not seen him do a car walk. No. Maxime.
Can you run through your list again, please?
All right, yeah. Luke, Evan, Kevin, Tom, Maxime.
Wow.
But I don't feel good about it. I don't feel confident at all.
Right, this is...
You don't bet against the world's strongest man. What's wrong with me? Well, I've had too much sun.
Well, I think events still play a factor when it comes to Tom. You know, he's got certain things. You know, at World's Strongest Man, I was convinced he could do it.
Yeah.
Great set of events for him.
Yeah.
I've never seen him do the nickel stones. I'm sure he may have tried them. I've never seen him do them. His log is decent. His deadlift is decent.
Yeah.
His car walk is decent. His stones are unbelievable.
Yeah. See what's wrong with me for?
We'll see. I mean, just going through the athletes.
I'd like to change my answer. Go on then.
All right. I'm going to pick for the win.
Yeah.
I am going to pick Evan Singleton.
Yeah. That's why I picked
it. I think Evan Singleton to win.
Yeah.
I think Luke and Tom, second or third. I don't know in what order.
This is the biggest crap. Yeah, go on.
And then I'm going to pick Kevin Ferris
to
come fourth. And I am going to pick Andy Black to come fifth.
You're a
I think Andy could actually really surprise people. The only thing is Andy competed last week.
Yeah.
But they were very similar events.
And he's still so new and fresh.
He's new and fresh. He is going to struggle with the log.
Yeah.
And if he really struggles on the log and then doesn't,
recover
he needs to kind of do damage control on the log and then win events like the nickel stones.
Yeah.
Which he's capable of.
Yeah.
I just, it's a big ask for someone so new, but I want to give him that support. I think he's capable of a top 5.
But it's wrong. Like, we haven't put Bish in.
I know, and normally I would. I feel Bish needs a bit of time off. And if he proves me wrong, I'm going to ring him up and say congratulations, buddy.
Sorry,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, ignore us. We're twats.
Yeah, like I would with any of the guys.
Yeah.
But I think for a bit of fun, we're going to put Andy in that top 5. Stoltman second and third.
It's really tough. It's
Evan
a strong
first.
lineup.
Yeah, and I think Kevin's going to come over and perform well. There's no real weakness there for Kevin, I don't feel.
No, Kevin's a very good
He's very
all-rounder,
underrated, great strong. I mean, I haven't even put Maxime in the top 5. That's ridiculous.
Unnatural.
Gabe's, there's just, I could be totally wrong. I could get the top 5 completely wrong on this, but I'm going to stick by my guns. And I think if I'm right, or if I'm closer, you should go in the Coulter.
All right.
On?
Yeah, we need some sort of defined point system for this, though.
Whoever.
I'd say
we put it up to people watching.
No, 1 point for every person that is within the top 5. That's correct, and then an additional point if the placing was correct, also. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 points if we get the exact placing. 1 point if they're in the top 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. I'm sure there's a way I can manipulate this at the end.
Guys, we need to get her in the Coulter because it would just be entertaining. Let us know who you think is going to win. Remember, you can watch the show on the Giants Live Facebook page. I believe, is it 5 p.m. start?
Yeah, 5 p.m. start, Saturday the 18th of September.
And you can watch it after. You don't have to watch it live, but it will be an epic event, as all the Giants Live shows are. We are really sad that we can't be there to watch it live. We're going to go and do some backstage snooping and commentating now.
Yeah.
But we will be keeping an eye on this show tomorrow. While you're here, guys, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my awesome strength content.